you need to have content. Hey guys, you're welcome to part 3 of our online business imperative series. And then, like I said initially, this series is committed to giving you the knowledge that you need to start, scale, and succeed in any online business. Not just the information that you want, but then the information, the skills that are required. I'm going to be teaching you the skills, and then I'm going to be telling you all that you need to know to be able to succeed on the internet. My name is Solomon Bartholomew, and on this channel, I create videos around personal development, business growth, and how you can make money online. If this interests you and you're seeing me for the very first time, kindly consider clicking on that subscribe button and turning on post notification so that whenever I create a video like this, you'll be the first to be notified. If you're returning, thank you so much for being here, and I do not take you for granted. And without further ado, let's get on into the video of today, guys. Alright, so in the previous video, we talked about visibility, we talked about impression, we talked about conversion, we talked about how these three things are the principles upon which any online business is anchored. And then when we talked about visibility, I told you guys that you need to be specific about what you want to be visible for. And then we talked about your niche. And I also broke down the principles that are responsible for picking a niche. We talked about something that you're passionate about, the sufficiency of the audience, whether the niche is monetizable, and then the nature of the niche. All right, the previous videos are what covered all of this stuff, and I'm going to be linking them in the description below. You can go and watch those videos and then get that value. In this video particularly, we're going to be talking more. Like I told you initially, these series are first going to be conceptual because you need to acquaint yourself with the concept of making money online before I start doing practical. But in this first video, this video actually is going to be the first video that we do a little bit of practical for you to understand what we're talking about. All right. And then I said initially that visibility is the primary thing that you need for any business that you want. And then in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the concept of visibility and how you can make that happen for you very easily. I'm going to be introducing you to tools that will help you make that happen. All right. Now, the very first thing that you need to know if you must get visibility on the internet is you need to have content. People who are going to come, people are going to see you, people are going to patronize you based off of the content that you have. And then your content has to be consistent. All right, so you need to first have content, and your content has to be consistent. So the very first part of visibility is the content that you have. All right, and then the second part is how you present this content, your presentation, and this boils down to your graphic design, your videos, your ad copies. Ad copy is basically the description of the content that you're creating. All right, if it's actually visual content, you need an ad copy to describe it. All of these things are things that you need to essentially help you get good visibility. It's going to influence how people are going to perceive you, and that's the part of impression that we talked about. But then you need to also focus on first the content, and then secondly how you present this content. It will make people see you either as an authority or as somebody that just has generic knowledge, and you don't want to be perceived as somebody that has generic knowledge. People are going to patronize you, especially if they believe that you are an authority in the things that you're talking about and the business that you're doing. So you want to make sure that you have content that appeals to different areas of that specific niche that you have picked to do business in. All right, and in that respect, I have created a video that's going to show you all that you need to know about content creation. Actually, not all that you need to know about content creation, but it's going to help you with the information and the tool that helps you generate content perpetually, so you will never run out of content, guys. This tool is amazing, it's mind-blowing. It's going to help you get content consistently for whatever niche it is that you find yourself in. And then without further ado, let's get on into that video, guys. So getting on into it, the first thing I said we're going to work around is the content. All right, presentation. For you to be able to present something to an audience, to the public, you first need to have content. And then as content creators, one of the major issues you would encounter is the content ideas. How do you come up with ideas to create content? Now, the first tool I'm going to be introducing you to here, I might introduce you to more tools in this regard, but the very first tool I want to introduce you to here is Answer the Public. Now, this is a platform that just collates the kind of questions that people in a specific niche tend to ask, and then gives you an insight into what to create as it relates to answering the questions that these people have asked. So if people consistently ask a particular kind of question, and then you are always available to give them answers to this question, they begin to trust you, they begin to like you, and that is already working on the next step that we talked about in the previous video, which is the impression they have of you. And it is easier for you to begin to sell your products or your services to people that have a good impression of you. So the first thing you want to do is know what kind of questions people in a specific field of interest ask, and then essentially prefer solutions or provide answers to those questions, and then people can start trusting you because the answers you're providing to those their questions are actually working for them. And when it's time for you to begin to sell a product or sell a service, it actually makes a lot of sense for them to come to you to buy those products and service, because over time you've given them results, you've provided answers to their questions, and then you have proven yourself to be somebody that has an idea about what you're doing. All right, so we want to go to answerthepublic.com on your browser or whatever your search engine is. So when you get on answerthepublic.com, the first thing you want to do is just scroll through the interface as it is our custom on here, okay? You want to acquaint yourself with the pros, the cons, and the perks of the website you're going to be using, all right? Answerthepublic.com, just go through it. Now there is an upgrade for a pro plan on there if you decide to sign up, but I'm just going to walk through it and basically show you how this works. All right, now you can see on the top there, on the top of your screen there, new search, learn, features, use cases, signing, and all of that. You want to go through all of these details, okay? They are basic stuff. Follow the prompts and then you get the answers that you want, okay? But let's do a new search, for example. All right, let's do a new search, or you can use this new search, or you can actually scroll down and then you can see discover what people are asking about. All right, this is it here. Discover what people are asking about. Now, if you discover what people are asking about, you can then prefer solutions to the questions they are asking and then get answers for them. All right. The next thing you want to actually do is you want to focus on the region, because the questions that people are asking in the UK are quite different from questions that people are asking in Nigeria. So you want to focus on what region you are in, what part of the world are you in, and then what questions most appeal to the people that are in your region. All right. So once you do that, you want to come into this box here where you see United Kingdom and English. You want to click on that and then pick your specific country. I am in Nigeria, so I'm going to be picking Nigeria for this purpose. Now, whatever question I'm going to ask right now, whatever search I'm going to do now is going to be specific to Nigeria, because I want to respond to the audience that I'm building either on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok that are from Nigeria. You need to search what a bulk of your audience is and then create content that appeals to them. Remember that the first thing we're doing right now is get our content ideas, and then we're going to focus and work on how we present this moving forward. Okay, so let's say, for example, you're into makeup artistry. All right, so you just want to type what it is you're into in here, having picked your country and then all of that. Then what you want to just click is click on search and give it time to just load your data. Okay, now you can see this is what it's going to look like. All right, this is what the interface look like. You can then see different questions as it relates to makeup artistry. Questions of how, questions of which, questions of why, questions of when, questions of who. You can scroll down and then questions of what and all of that stuff. Different questions that people have asked that you can then create answers for. All right, you can see that this place is basically questions. Prepositions. Now you can see the different prepositions that you have below it. Okay, then you can see a question like makeup artistry for film and television. These are ideas that you're beginning to get that you can then create your content around. All right, come on here, you can see comparison. All right, you can then go then and read the different makeup artists as a career, makeup artist jobs, makeup artist, different stuff that you can create content around. Alphabeticals, makeup artistry academy, and all of those stuff. Okay, but since we're working around creating content, we'll just come back to questions. You can see we have about 55 different questions highlighted on here, and then you can then start picking what question you want to respond to, you want to create content around. So we can start with a question like, how much makeup artists for a wedding? Okay, this is like how much makeup artists charge for a wedding. You can create a content around this. You can create a content around what makeup artists do, who makeup artists are, what is makeup artistry, and different. Now, the grammatical constructs of these questions are not necessarily the way you would know them to be, but these are the specific questions that you can pick and then get content around. Okay, you can come to how, you can come to can, and then different categories. All right, so once you do that, you're good to go, and then you can, let's click on one of them to see what content we'll get. Okay, so how to get into makeup industry. All right, you can click on that, and then once you click it on here, you can see that different ideas don't then come up on your Google search, and then if you do diligent search, you can then get ideas that you create content around and upload on your social media platforms, just to basically keep your audience engaged. All right, so this is one way that you can generate content for your social media platform. All right, and then you can do it for any category at all that it is you are in. Any category you are in, you can work this for them. Let's say, for example, you are into fashion. So you're into fashion and you want to keep your audience engaged. All right, you're into fashion in Nigeria, you want to keep your audience engaged, you can search. Now remember that the reason this the scope of our research is a bit small is because of the country that we picked. If we pick United Kingdom or different country, now you can see the scope would be wider. So for fashion, now you can see different questions. All right, when fashion is art, when is fashion week in New York? All right, you can see different questions that you can create content around. Will fashion designers be needed in the future? Will fashion ever be sustainable? Will fashion end? Different questions that you can then create content around to consistently help you put stuff out there. All right, when you click one of them, will fashion be sustainable in the future? Let's click on that, and then you can then see that you have more stuff that you can go into, study this up and create content around this, and then your audience is kept engaged. All right, so this is one way that you can get content. I'm going to make another review another way that you can get content, and then we'll be done for that. All right, if you found this video useful, kindly like, subscribe, and share this video so that it can help more persons that are looking to start their journey online and scale it to reasonable extent. My name remains Solomon Bartholomew, and until I see you in the next video, so long and have the most amazing week. Do not forget to subscribe, guys.